All right. Gordon, could you read this? Our thinking is what? That's the foundation of success. If you think right, things going to turn out right. Gordon, read that first sentence there.
How we interpret events determines our decisions, habits, risk tolerance, consistency, and resilience.
I want you to think about that sentence. Gordon, can you give me an example of anything in that sentence? I said this morning I'm gonna challenge you to think this morning. I'm just not gonna read a PowerPoint to you. I want you to think about events that happen in your life. A new associate gets involved, gets rejected, or somebody doesn't set an appointment with them, or they fail how it's how we interpret events in our life that determine what we do next.
The
Gordon,
outcome.
any
Yep.
thoughts on that? Or Beth?
I mean, just like, I mean, it's this whole business has taught me a lot about like reflection, like even losing my one job, like that it's an opportunity. Like every failure is it helps you learn something to make you better. And if you just always view it that way, then it just propels you forward versus like stopping you or making you hesitate. You just use it and you learn from it and you keep going.
Yeah,
This is deep right here because I think about
it is deep.
perspective because our perspective and
That's right.
how we process and how we
That's
look at
right.
life can have a big effect on the decisions that we make with what we see.
That's
I,
it.
I think the
Especially when we
exact
don't
same
come from
thing,
an
Jay.
environment like this, y'all.
Yeah,
We come from being programmed to be an employee, and then we come to an event or we come to a business like this. Our perspective is very big.
it's
So
huge,
I
Matt.
think exactly the same thing, Jay. And two people can see two things, the same thing, totally different.
yep.
Exactly right.
Mhm.
So it's our and everything that happens to you, everything in the business happens to everybody. The same things,
Hmm.
but it's our interpretation of what just happened that determines the decision we make next, the habits we develop. Are we going to risk appointment setting? Are we going to risk prospecting? Are we going to put ourselves in those positions of uncomfort, discomfort? And I
Yes,
think
that's the only way you're gonna grow.
that's it. Okay, so over time, how we interpret what happens to us determines what we do, and
Mhm.
those over time, those decisions compound into whatever results we experience. So,
Yeah.
how important is our thinking to success? Jay, read this right here, and elaborate.
Yep. Thinking leads to decisions, and our decisions lead to the actions that we take. And the actions that we consistently take are habits that build over time, which equal or process into the outcome or the results, which can be good or bad.
Okay. Now,
I've
most go
no, go
ahead.
ahead. Now I was gonna say, this was a this was something that I struggled with, because I had limited beliefs. My thinking was capped, I would say. And one thing that Bruce always told me when we would have a conversation and he would ask me a lot of questions, he's always listening to the way I respond.
That's right.
One thing he always said was, you have everything it takes, but he said the first thing you got to do is you got to tighten this up. You got to build this up because when I'm talking to you, what you're saying, and then he pointed me back to book by Chad Helmstetter. What do you say when you talk to yourself? So
That's it. Gordon.
Yeah.
And Gordon, I'm going to maybe call on you a little bit because when I think about transformation and the people on this call, nobody has transformed their business like you did your body. And nobody has transformed their body like you did. So your outcome of losing 50 pounds last year, when you think about thinking, decisions, actions, habits, and outcomes about what you did last year, can you elaborate any on this?
Well, I can just tell you from looking back, I forget the early days. I forget what I did to get to where I am now, unless I really have to sit here and think about it, because it was
Mm.
little decisions and little bits of progress that weren't as dramatic as the end progress. So it was a lot of things that I did that were baby steps. It's like, how do you eat an elephant one bite at a time? It's a progression. And it's like I've come a long way, but now I see I can go much farther. It's the flashlight theory. Walking into the woods in the dark at night, you gotta, it's hard to see, but after a little while you start seeing more, and that's our business. After you've been around for a little bit, you see a little bit more, you see a little bit more, you get a little bit better. And now it's like you can go pro. I could go pro in the physical world, but I couldn't think that far along. It's like now I'm like fine tuning how to get my six pack back. I've never had a six pack, so how to get a six pack. Uh, so there's things that are you could see so much further as you go, but it starts with the small steps.
So before you decide to go to the gym, you got to think.
100%.
So you radically changed your thinking, which allowed you to change your decisions, which allowed you to change what you do, your actions. And then over time, it creates a habit. And then all of a sudden, you're 50 pounds down.
And it's interesting because it was thinking, but the thinking gets clearer the more action you take.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
So the action, it's not like I didn't just sit around and think, I had to get the action in. I certainly decided because it hurt my pocketbook. I put money out.
Mm.
Yeah.
That's it. It's kind of
All
like you
right.
said too, Cap. The decision is made, like the decision has to be made in our mind before the results come.
Exactly. Okay. Success. It ain't about intelligence. If it's not about intelligence, what is it about? Well, it's about what you notice,
Mm.
how you interpret it, and what you repeatedly do because of it. What you notice. Does that connotate anything for anybody about noticing things that are going on in your life or somebody else's life where because I notice things and respond in a way and I'll notice the same things in other people's life and it's like it's this they don't notice it. Does this make any sense to anybody?
Yes.
Yes.
Beth, you popped up first. So I can only see one person
Um,
now. So I'm going to go with the first person who comments. Beth?
well, I mean, the one thing that was like blatantly different about our company is I looked at the leaders at this company and I looked at the leaders where I came from, right? So you look at Christian, you look at Bruce, um, you look at Glenn, fit people, right? Smart people, readers, and where I work, people got heavier, they looked terrible, could hardly walk. And
Oh
so
my
like for
gosh.
for
Oh,
me, like I mean I've always been fairly fit, but it was like a wake up call for me that I need to be super fit. I need to be a better reader. Because I'm like, look at what these people look like. Like I want to be that. That's the way I want people to view me.
mm,
And so like, it's
that's
just how
huge.
it is huge. It's huge because like what other companies, I mean, I don't know, it's just not in my world do leaders at my companies continue to look and be healthier as they age. They're usually worn out.
And
Wow,
you're in the health industry.
That
that's
is
deep.
correct.
That is deep
Wow.
right there.
That's huge.
Wow.
Mhm.
Do you notice you're in debt? Do you notice you're living check to check? Do you notice you're broke? Do you notice your income? Do you notice your expenses? I mean, I could have fun, your health,
Mhm.
your family, relation. Do you know what's going on? How
Can
are
I
you interpreting? What are you repeatedly doing about it?
can I say something? I
Yes.
think something that Bruce said was very impactful to me because one, he said you have to find somebody that's successful and study them.
Yeah.
And once you
Bruce
study
said
them,
that.
yes.
Oh,
And once you study them, you have to and basically interpret what they're doing and do it yourself.
Amen.
You have to interpret it and understand it so that way you can copy what it is they're doing to be successful. And I think that's really also important in this as well. You have to be able to interpret what's going on around you with successful people and apply that to your life in your everyday life as they do in
Amen.
theirs.
Can
Let
I
her
say something
slide.
real quick?
Let her slide, Cap. She ain't been on here in the morning.
Yeah.
I know, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm working on it.
All
I
right.
have something real quick, Christian.
Okay.
With noticing something, I think it also has to bother you, not just noticing it, but in
Yep.
order for you to change, you have to be like fed up with whatever it is, whatever the situation is, so
Right.
that you can actually move.
Well, then that goes to how you interpret it. But you first got to
Yeah,
notice
for
it,
sure. Yeah. Yep.
right? So you would notice it. We say, "Oh wow, look at that," and then like, what interpret it. Think about it. How do we think about that? What are we? Is that okay? Is
Yeah.
that not okay? Does it bother me a little bit? Is it acceptable? Is it unacceptable?
Mhm.
Okay, what about your situation? Do you need to take notice of?
Mm-hmm.
Because Matt, take this one, buddy. You just said it.
Two people can face the same situation and get radically different outcomes based solely on thinking.
That's true. True or false?
Oh,
100%.
that
Yeah.
is true. I
True.
say that all the time. We could be in the same place, same time, and I walk out with something different than the person sitting right beside me.
That's
Ace,
exactly right.
Coach, you went over a training on this when we used to be in the base shop. Ace, I don't know what it is, but it was a picture you had where two people look at the same picture, but they see a completely different view.
That's
I
right,
don't
Jay.
like the beautiful lady and the witch. You
Yep.
look at it, some people see the
Yeah.
beautiful lady and some people see the witch.
Yep. Or there's
Yeah.
Yeah.
stairs that go up or down.
But this is
Ah,
really true even in just households. When you look at how,
mm,
you look at siblings being raised in the same household and,
Mm.
being exposed to the exact same things, but one turning out this way and one turning out a completely
yes.
different way than the other one.
Totally
Mhm.
And they were in the same exact situation, but
That's
just
right.
based on their thinking, turned out they had two different outcomes, right?
Like the
So
story of
it,
It's huge. That's
the
great.
story of the father that's an alcoholic with the two kids, right,
Yeah.
Shonda?
yeah.
Yeah, that's huge.
But you gotta quiet the noise in your own head. All
Hmm.
our head got a noise going on in this. You gotta quiet it and then start
That's
to
right.
thoughts. Once that noise is quiet, then you start believing and moving on to what is best for you. But until you quiet that noise that's telling you it's okay to go to work every day and just take this paycheck and go home and cry that it's not enough money. It's okay for somebody to tell you you're fired. It's okay for somebody to tell you that you're not good enough. It's okay for, once you quiet that noise and start believing in you just wasting your time.
Mm.
Thank you. This is some examples of this. Okay. Number one, as far as a setback, um, you prospected somebody, didn't get the number. You called somebody, didn't set the appointment. You went on an appointment, they didn't get involved with you. They didn't become a client. That's either feedback or anybody ever heard, well, this just isn't for me.
Yeah.
Same event. Somebody says, I got to get better. I got to learn. That was practice. What did I learn out of this? Develop my sense of humor. It was an opportunity to practice, or somebody says they quit. Or, hey, good opportunity. I'll prepare. I'll get my license. I'll study. I'll take the risk. Or I'm going to wait till everything is perfect. Have you ever heard anybody see that in this business?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my
I'm going to
gosh.
wait till I know everything before I go on appointments.
I've been thinking.
You
Okay.
ain't never gonna know though.
This is a season for building. Or, man, I should already been having this thing done.
Mm-hmm.
Comparison is the thief of joy.
Amen.
Mhm.
Okay. Over your life, over time, these interpretations of what happens to all of us create wildly different lives. This is the difference how everybody looks at the same situation.
Yep.
Now, as a coach, let me see what the next click is. Your thinking sets the ceiling on your life. True or false?
True.
So, as a coach, working with people, how can you use this to help others?
Help reframe these things for them, just like these
Right.
statements, helping them think about it different.
Beth, you got to assume they don't know this.
Yeah.
They
Correct.
jump to a conclusion.
Yeah.
They don't have the 5 attitudes towards failure and rejection. I never see failure as failure, but only as a learning experience. I never see failure as failure, but only as the opportunity to practice my techniques and perfect my performance. I never see failure as failure, but only as the negative feedback I need to change course in my direction. I never see failure as failure, but only as the opportunity to develop my sense of humor. I never see failure as failure, but only as a game I must play to win. They don't have that. So we must, as a coach, we have to take what you know about thinking and do what with it?
Turn it into a positive.
That's why
Always
this
take a
power,
negative and turn it
you
into a
gotta,
positive.
you gotta teach them, build them up. They're your mentee. You're the mentor. You need to get good. Help them get good. Okay? It's not just hopefully people figure it out. You have some control over what your people figure out.
All right. I'm
All right.
100% whenever it said, oh, you're going through, the positive is right around the corner. Are you going to keep going or are you going to stay right here where you at?
Good.
Christian,
Ellis, why don't, yes, Ellis.
the book I'm reading now is a book that deals with this topic, Failing Forward, John Maxwell.
Uh-huh.
It's a good book
Great
for
book.
dealing with the topic that we're talking about right now, Failing Forward.
Read that when it came out. Used to be brown.
So
most people don't think poorly. They think unconsciously. Okay? The biggest problem isn't negative thinking, it's unexamined thinking.
What were those 5 things of failure called?
I'll get into that later. I'm trying to get through this. That was called the attitudes towards failure and rejection.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Most people run on inherited beliefs. True or false? Emotional reactions. Past conditioning. Social, what other people are saying. What other people think. The people around them. And fear.
Yep.
That they think
That
is
fear.
logical.
That word fear.
High performers, who wants, say I'm a high performer.
I'm a high
I'm
performer.
a high performer.
On 3, I'm a high performer. 1, 2, 3.
I'm a high performer.
Okay, they do something different.
Yes.
Yes.
They observe their thinking. They understand it. Their life is determined by their what?
Decisions.
Their thinking. They're thinking. So they think about what they are
Thinking.
Okay? Do you think about what you're thinking or do you just think? And don't examine it. Don't question it.
You're being cautious of what's coming out.
Do you ever ask yourself, where did I get the thinking that I'm thinking?
Oh, and it's deep.
It's deep.
Coach.
Right.
Yeah,
Smoke.
Gordon,
Yes, sir.
did you say something?
I did not.
Oh, okay. All right. How to change your thinking. And by the way, if your life isn't what you want it to be, guess what?
Because you're thinking.
It's your thinking.
Yep.
The first step to getting the life you want is to think better.
Yep.
Okay, what's the right way to think? Think about what you're thinking. Think about what you're thinking about. Okay, you cannot improve what you don't notice.
Hey, Christian, speaking of notice, okay, if you click that black box and hit delete, what happens?
It keeps popping up. You got like a random.
I thought it was just me. Well, I'm glad you was thinking the same thing we thinking.
Wait, what? I don't understand what you're saying.
You got your thing
You
covering
see a
your
black
screen
box
again,
at
your
the top
black
of your
box on the top.
presentation.
It's
Well, that's my
probably his
picture.
Zoom. It's the people's photos,
Oh,
probably. Yeah.
Okay.
Can you
Move
hit
it to the
delete? What
side of
happened?
the screen instead of
There
the
you
top.
go. It
he
went away.
fixed it.
It
Look
was,
at
Bam,
you,
yeah, you can
Christian.
see
how about
now.
that? Is that
You
better?
fixed it.
Oh no, it's
You
got
just
No,
bigger
put it
now.
no,
How
back
about
on. It
that?
was gone.
no,
It's
terrible.
Whatever
got
you just
It
bigger,
did,
was
put it
How about
gone.
George.
You
back.
put it
this?
back.
No,
You
What
like
is
that's
it?
this?
No,
terrible.
Should I do it like this?
What is
No,
it?
Now he's
no.
playing with us.
Right. That's
A
my
little bit better.
picture. That's my picture of you guys.
Get rid of it. Stop looking at us.
Okay. I want to see who I'm talking to.
Yeah, well, we want to see what you're talking about.
All right.
Well, thank
Okay.
you for actually stopping him and telling him what we all are thinking.
I love. How about if I put it down here, over here?
Yes, way
yeah,
better.
that's
Perfect.
better.
But then my eyes are going to go to the lower. I'll just hide it.
That's fine.
Okay.
Because we can't see you.
Oh, well, that's because if you have me hidden.
I can see him.
I
There
can
you
see
go.
you.
Exactly. It's all on your settings on the Zoom bar. Okay, what am I assuming here? What story am I telling myself? Is this a fact of my, is this fact? Is what I'm thinking the truth, or is it just what I'm thinking? Do you know how many people think wrong?
Yes.
Telling themselves some story they've been telling them? Well, my mama, my daddy, I grew up, you know?
Mm-hmm.
I failed there, so I just assume I'm going to fail here. If you just notice what you're thinking about and where it came from, that can improve your life.
Yep.
Notice you're thinking like a average person, normal person. Replace emotional thinking with better thinking. Instead of reacting, ask yourself, what matters here? What's most important here? Okay, somebody quit the business. Does that mean our business is no good?
No.
No.
I didn't develop that client or make that money. Does that mean you still don't need more income or you can't learn how to do it?
No.
No.
The person didn't set an appointment with me. Does that mean nobody will ever set an appointment with you?
No.
No.
What can you control every day?
What you do,
What you
you're
think.
What
performing
you
to,
do.
what you
you
think.
do.
What would someone I respect, what would Gordon do? I don't want to walk around the block. What would Gordon do?
Walk around the block.
I don't feel like doing another interview. What would Ace Acevedo do?
Do it anyway.
You know what I'm saying? Deepak, I don't feel like doing a rollover. What would Deepak do? Tony
Get
Reyna.
that money.
Hey, Tony, you still there? See?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I don't feel like prospecting. What would Tony Reyna do?
Prospect.
Still do it.
I don't feel like getting emergency contacts. What would Hector Lazo do?
Do it anyway.
Contacts.
What would Marcel do?
Get emergency contacts.
Right? And forget what you would do. Start thinking about somebody you admire, somebody you respect, someone who's successful, someone's winning, and ask yourself, well, if they were in this situation, what would they do?
Come on.
And when you start doing what they would do, guess what happens to you?
Get the same results that
You start winning. You move from being emotional driven to driven by new results, new outcomes, a new life, a new way of living, baby. Why? Because you're thinking better.
That's it.
Christian, can I say something real quick? I know you're trying to get
go
through
ahead,
it.
Shonda.
Real quick, please.
So
I'm gonna put it right here.
I was just about to say, I would just wanted to say that I think a big part of this, especially for me, and it goes back to that spiritual piece, is the ability to be still. You're not going to notice your thinking unless you actually are still. If you just go, you're never going to think about what you're thinking about. But if you give yourself a moment to sit with your thoughts and not try to get them out of your head, just notice what it is that you're thinking. And, and once you notice what you're thinking, you can examine that thinking. But if you don't take the time to be still, to notice what you're thinking, there's never any way that you're going to change that thinking. Because you're not going to notice it, because you're so busy going. And my husband helped me with this a lot, where I just take 20, 30 minutes and I'm not doing anything. I'm just sitting there, just, observing what I'm thinking. And if you don't do that, it's going to be very hard to do anything else that Christian is saying, because you don't know what you're thinking. You think you know what you're thinking until you're quiet.
Love
Whoa.
self-reflection.
Journaling is super helpful for
needed
that.
that,
Love
right?
it.
That is me 100%. Gee, Nicholas.
Yeah, Jim
Thank you.
Jim Rowe. Is it Jim Rowe, that guy that talks
Jim
a
Rohn,
lot?
yeah.
Jim Rohn, he actually says
Wow.
that. He's like 20 minutes in the morning to do something spiritual, 20 minutes to reflect and think, and then 20 minutes to learn.
I think if you
You
journal,
gotta
it
be
would
still,
really.
be still and know that I'm God. Be
Yep,
still.
that's right.
And
That's
in
right.
that
Love it.
stillness, you'll begin to distinguish whose voice you're listening to.
Good. So good.
Shonda, you said you think you know what you're thinking until what?
You think you know what you're thinking about until you actually are still enough to know what you're thinking about, right? You think, oh, I'm doing this because I'm thinking about this. And then when you're still and you actually are with your thoughts, you might realize that what you think you're thinking isn't really what you think you're thinking. Because even when you're trying to be still and not think about anything, things are going to be coming in your mind. And when you're still and quiet, you can actually observe what's coming in your mind.
Wow.
So is it like what you think you're thinking is not actually what you think you're doing?
What you think you're thinking is not actually what you're thinking.
Right.
You because most of us think we're thinking great thoughts most of the time. I mean, I don't think anybody walks around thinking I think horrible. I think this. I think the negative. I don't think anyone consciously walks around thinking that they're not doing a good job of thinking. Right? But until you sit down and actually are still and silent and observe what you're thinking, you'll start to say, well, maybe I'm not thinking what I thought I was thinking.
I feel like we're taking a philosophy class.
I'm sorry.
No, I love it. I'm excited to go put this part on the recording. This is the best thing to think about. But it's like when I would go to philosophy class, I would think I knew what I was going to learn until I went to class, and then I left thinking I don't know anything. Right? And that's where I think we are in this business a lot of times, is you think you know something, but it's not working. And if you knew what you need to know, then it would be working. And if it's not working, then you need to change your thinking. But like Bruce said, to change your thinking, you don't change it, you overwrite the whole program.
Right.
Yeah.
It's true.
That's
Number
so
three,
right.
step three. Most people want certainty before acting.
Christian, move the picture over to the right side.
I'm just going to move it right there. How about that?
Well, that's not a good place.
Okay. Most people want certainty. Most people want certainty before acting. True or false?
True.
Okay. Successful people want
Clarity.
Clarity while acting.
That is so true.
Yes.
Now, Ellis is going to chime in here. That's why the is so important.
F&A.
The F&A is so important.
That's right.
Okay.
F&A.
You need to have clarity on your financial situation
Yeah.
while acting. Okay. What's your blood pressure? What's your blood sugar? What's your, you know what I'm saying? What's your health?
That's right.
Okay. There's no certainty that you're going to get
You said
healthy.
clarity.
You need to have clarity of where you're at. You want to build a business. Look at your calendar last month. When was your prospecting being done? When was your appointment setting? How many appointments did you do? Okay, we need to get clarity about what we are doing, where we are first.
Yeah.
Helps us think better to take better action. Clarity follows action, not action follows clarity.
Christian.
Yes.
Larry Amos put in there what I was going to say, but he put it in there. It's always good to take the box, put it in the top left or the top right.
Oh my gosh, now we're back at the box.
He's doing the box in the middle, so he'll look in the middle. He's doing it for eye contact.
No,
Yeah, okay. I won't look at it. I'll look at use my peripheral. Clarity follows action. Are you clear on how much is in your savings account, on your investment account, or your debt load? Income versus expenses.
Yeah.
Are you clear of how you're going to grow your business? Are you clear about what you should do every day? Are you clear on what licenses you need? Are you clear on what skills you need to develop? Let's get clear. Let's clarify what we need to do. Ask yourself, what is the smallest intelligent action I can take right now?
And I put something in the chat from Gerald sent. It was about the 5 things to change habits from Jim Rohn. It talks about exactly that point. What you could do right now is take little steps that are almost imperceptible to most people. But if you do them and continue to do them, you can keep on going forward. Because if you try to take that big step, then it's too noticeable and you'll
Gotcha.
fight.
Exactly right, Ellis. Question, Ellis. What is the smallest intelligent action most people could take in our business right now?
Pick up the phone.
Pick up the phone.
Tony Reyna, what is the smallest? Gordon, Ace, what is the most smallest intelligent action most people could take right now to help them grow their business? Which is what everybody said they wanted to do.
Write their goals.
Write their goals.
Have a step-by-step plan. What do you? How many? Who are you going to call today? Who's on your list?
There you go.
You know, you can start by saying, okay, let me focus on setting 3 appointments before the end of the afternoon. That's it.
There you go. Or the end of the hour.
Yeah.
Okay, next, upgrade your internal. Now, this is what changed my life.
That's right.
Okay, right here, the book, Shad Helmstetter, 1987, What to Tell You When You Talk to Yourself, is when Christian David became completely aware that I was my own worst enemy.
Yeah.
How I talked to myself all day long is what was holding me back. It wasn't anybody else holding me back but me. Other people were winning. I wasn't winning. I wasn't winning because I wasn't talking to myself the way a winner talks to themselves. So what I did was I read the book, What to Say When You Talk to Yourself, and I actually followed the instructions of writing out affirmations and then reading them. I carried them in an index card in my pocket, and I read them out loud throughout the day, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. If I was at a stoplight, I would be saying, I'm a winner, I'm an achiever, I believe in me, I love setting appointments, I love making new friends, I'm great at this business, this is what I was created for, this is my purpose, I'm supposed to be here, instead of tearing myself down all day. Okay, replace I can't with I haven't figured it out yet, that's all. Man, this is too risky. Well, how do I reduce the downside? Well, instead of prospecting right at them, I'm going to go indirect. I'm behind. No, I'm building momentum. Okay? This isn't positivity. This is the truth. Right?
Yeah.
It's not that you can't. There's no I can't.
Right.
If other people have done this, there ain't nothing about you could prospect, true or false.
True.
You could set an appointment, true or false.
True.
You could learn how to make a presentation. You could learn how to overcome objections. You could learn how to do a triplicate of choice. You could learn how to do the timeline. You could do the straight line question. You could learn every fundamental about this business. You put it all together, you can win. They know I can't here. It's I won't maybe. All right, next. I'm almost done. I think it's 6 points. Okay, next. Adopt a long-term compounding interest. Thinking. Not short-term. Okay. This ain't overnight success here. This is huge and very aligned with how you already think about investing. You don't invest once for 1 month and you're rich. Right? Gordon, what is the successful investment philosophy for a young family just getting started?
What's the successful investment philosophy for a young family that's getting started? Set aside
Yes,
10%
sir.
of what they make. Pay themselves first.
Pay yourself first. Yes.
Pay
What
yourself
else?
first.
Start.
Take
How
advantage
often?
Pre-authorized checking.
There you go. What
Set
about
it up
dollar
for
cost
automatic.
averaging, compounding interest, long
Yeah.
term? Okay.
First account is where you get free money. Second account is tax-free money. Yep.
There you go. All right. Ask ourselves daily, will doing this compound or decay? Is this a one-time win or a system?
System.
Am I optimizing for comfort? Am I doing this because this is what I want to do? This is comfortable. This is easy. Or am I doing this because this is what we're going to grow?
It's
What
growth.
grows?
Success is rarely dramatic. It's not an event. It's boring. It's just being consistent. It's showing up every day with good idea, with a good attitude, with good thinking. Good thinking is going to lead you every day. Good thinking leads you to good
Results.
decisions, which leads you to good
Actions.
actions, which leads you to good
Results.
mental models that upgrade your thinking. How soon?
Immediately.
Immediately. Here are a few that genuinely change outcomes. Number one, instead of asking, how do I succeed? Ask, what would guarantee my failure?
No action.
Doing nothing at all, right?
Well, there you go. Okay. What would guarantee no new associates this week?
Not talking to people.
Your actions.
Okay. Well, once you figure that out, then you say, avoid that. What would avoid me getting in better shape?
No action.
Nothing.
Not
walking,
Not working out.
not working
Staying in the
out,
bed all day.
eating that versus this. Once you identify what's going to guarantee your failure, just don't do that, please. Do the opposite.
Yep.
How powerful is that?
Super.
This ain't complicated. You are here to be victorious. You are here to win. You are here to change your life. We're not messing around. This is real. We have other people who have come in here with nothing. And they got what they wanted. Why? By what we're helping people do here. Next, second order thinking. This is big. Woo! I'm so happy to be able to share this with you today. This is huge. For whatever reason, the good Lord has granted me the ability to do this.
Come on.
Thank you, Lord, for the ability to do this. What in the world is second order thinking?
Asking questions.
Don't stop at the first outcome. Ask yourself, what happens after that? This is right there, right there. Okay. Well, if I don't call them, I won't get an appointment. If I don't get an appointment,
I can't grow in this business.
Nobody going to get involved in my business.
That's right.
If nobody gets involved in my business,
then I will fail at this business.
I'll never have a business.
That's right.
If I don't have a business,
then I remain broke.
I'm going to have to get a job. If I get a job,
I'll still be broke.
I'm gonna have a boss. I'm gonna have a schedule. I'm gonna be told what to do. I'm gonna be rush hour traffic. My life is going to suck.
Yes.
So we got to think about not like what just happens first if I don't do that. No. Man, that doing something creates a whole set of things that happen afterwards.
Yeah.
True or false?
True.
Okay, so like what happens? So I don't set the appointment. What happens after that? After that? And take it to the end on everything you do. Well, Gordon.
Yeah.
Last year, you said you started small with a 20-minute or 30-minute walk. You weren't starting out CrossFit full intensity, right?
Yeah.
So if you said, well, if you don't do the 20-minute walk in the beginning of your program and you're paying this guy, what's the thought? Okay. So he said, I'm supposed to do 20 minutes today. Okay, you don't do that. What's the second thought, third thought, fourth thought?
What's the thought if I don't do it?
Yes.
I'm a failure. I don't know.
Okay, and you're a failure, then what?
I'm not sure. Yeah. I mean,
See, I'm great at this. So like you
Like,
say,
do I want to be a
look,
failure?
let me
Yeah.
help you, Gordon. So
how
like if
bad
I
do
were
I want
you,
this?
if I say, okay, now it's New Year, I'm gonna pay this guy. How much were you paying him a month?
Enough.
All right. So I'm paying this guy, I don't know, 100 a month, 500 a month, 300 a
Let's
month, 1,000 a
say
month.
500 a month.
Okay, I'm paying. So now I'm paying this guy 500 a month, and he told me I need to walk 20 minutes, and I ain't walking 20 minutes because I don't feel like it. Well, I just wasted $500 a month. If I wasted $500 a month, had I put that in my mutual fund at my age at 58 years old, at 67, I would have had $500,000.
Yeah.
And then I'm paying this guy to tell me, and he's going to tell me to take 20 minutes, and then I'm going to, and I'm going to, that's program. I'm going to turn my body around. I'm going to get healthy. I'm going to lower my blood pressure. I'm going to lower my cholesterol. I'm going to let me grow longer. I'm going to be able to see my daughters get married. I'm going to be able to see my grandkids. I'm going to be a great granddad. I'm going to be, if I don't do this 20 minutes, I'm going to be fat. My body's gonna look the same. Jennifer, when she looks at me, she's gonna say, "Ooh." Versus wanted to ravish me every night. Look at who I married. What a stud. I mean, I could go on and on and on.
That's just,
Yeah.
About second order thinking, like, what happens if I don't do this, or what happens if I do this? Man, I got a clear picture in my mind of how powerful decisions are. And I could go on and on. I just don't want to take the time. Most people think short term, one step ahead. I'm always thinking long term. What's going to happen if I do this? Well, what's going to happen if I do that? And then I play it out. 5 years, 10 years, 20 years, 30 years. What are you playing for? Does that help you?
Mhm.
Next, identity. Instead of thinking goals, thinking about what would a disciplined person do? What would Bruce do? What would Henry Pimentel do? What does someone who is serious about excellence, what do they do? What do they tolerate? If they were in my situation, what would they do? Because our identity, behaviors follows what is identity? Identity is like, who do we think we are? It's like a lot of men my age have a belly that is bigger than their chest.
Yes.
Have you noticed?
Mm-hmm.
Guess what? For whatever reason, that's not who I see myself as. I'll do everything I can not to be that. And that's called identity. I'm not saying you have to have that identity. I'm just saying everybody has an identity, and Ace could probably give us a seminar on identity, self-image, self-esteem, what we think we deserve, what we think we should look like, what we think we should earn, how we think we should live. How we think about ourselves as our identity is what our life looks like. So if you're not getting the results, you don't have that identity, all you have to do is figure out, well, what would the people who have what I want look like I want to look? What would they do? And start doing that. Bottom line, success is not about thinking more. Success is about thinking more clearly. It's about thinking better. Clear thinking creates calm action. Calm action and consistent right action compounds into extraordinary outcomes and the dream life. Success comes from not about thinking more, because you're already thinking a lot, true or false?
All the time.
Not the amount. It's what is the content of your thinking.
The quality of your thinking.
What is the quality of your thinking? What is the clarity of your thinking? Because your thinking creates your action. And the actions create the outcomes. Your lifestyle, your financial situation, what you're able to do for your family, the life you are able to live. I hope that made some kind of sense, because I had to read that and type it, and I don't type well.
You did good.
You did very well.
I animated every line. While you guys
You
were
did
watching
good.
football last night, guess what Christian David's doing? Other than flying back to
Working,
Florida and working.
grinding.
When I'm on the plane, I'm doing research about
Mm.
thinking. I want to help people. I want to improve my thinking.
Mhm.
I want to help people improve their thinking because I know the only way for us to do better things is to improve the quality of what's going in our mind and what we're thinking about. And as we think, we're going to behave differently. And as we behave differently, we're going to get different results. And if we behave the same because we think the same, this year is going to be
The
The
same.
same.
the same.
Right.
And I don't want it to be the same.
No.
I want
Mm.
this year to be our year. And now Glenn coming in,
Yeah.
challenging us. You think he knows who we are?
Yes.
You think he's going to be looking for us to walk the stage at the convention in 356 or 5 days, whatever it is?
Yeah.
Huh? Are we going to walk the stage or are we going to be clapping like
Yes,
seals?
sir. We
We're gonna be
walking.
walking the
Huh?
He's
stage.
walking. Yeah,
Hey,
we're up there.
You
we gonna
walking.
lift you up, bruh.
Go. Any comments as we wrap?
That was gold.
You can't walk, we carry. Look at this.
I see that what you just done are those approachable, teachable moments that whenever we're out talking to individuals, also that we can utilize and use. Even because if it does something for us, I know it would do something for the individuals that we
Erica,
are talking to.
all I've been doing for 40 years is learning something or reading, learning, listening, hearing sermons, movies, a conversation with somebody, reading a book, going to a seminar. And if it got me excited, all I've been doing is sharing it with people.
Mm-hmm.
I just been learning.
I think it's such a cool concept of I'm always wondering how do rich people stay rich? How do they make it? And your daughter said something key that you said in the car you're playing all these self-improvement tapes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's such a so you started her early. Like my dad used to
Right.
always play talk radio. Like, hey, talk radio, play music, but it's always I thought that was so key. I thought that was so key.
Asante, I was blessed at age 23 to get involved in this type of. They say that our business is nothing but a self-improvement program attached to a high or an unlimited compensation program.
Okay.
So I realized early that I am my ceiling. Bruce was not going to limit me. Andy Young wasn't going to limit me. Larry Weidel wasn't. Nobody was going to limit what I did every day. I had the opportunity to wake up, get out of bed, and go make something happen. And the better I did, and the more I did, the more
compound.
That would determine the income, the outcome, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I got into that early. So I wanted to make sure if I got it at 23, I wanted to make sure my kids got it
at 1.
There you go.
In the
I got
womb.
excited about something to help me because now I'm driving them to private school.
Right.
Not Roxanne, me driving them and picking them up from school every day.
Wow.
Because I dropped them off and went to the office. And then I did what at the office. Then I left the office mid-afternoon, picked them up, and was basically done by the time I had kids. I was out of the field.
That's the kind of freedom I want.
I was out of the field. Why?
Because you built a business.
I met Roxanne. I was in the business, failing. Met her. She gave me confidence. We got married in '89. Went to work in 1990. Made 30, 2,000, 3,090, then 52,000, then 80,000, then $200,000. So I was married for 5 years. We saved over $100,000. We bought a house. Then we had a child. So by the time I'm taking my kids to school, Adriana was born in. So that's just like I'm already like I'm free.
What year was she born?
In '94. Bought our first home in '93. The year we made 200,000. And by the way, what was 200,000 back in '93?
Oh, $1 million.
500 now, probably.
It was more. I mean, you make 200,000.
Yeah.
220, 250 now is okay, but man, I made that like 33 years ago.
Yeah, it's more like doubling. You really need to make $500,000 now to live like that.
Yeah. Imagine, that. Imagine you at $500,000 right now.
Mm.
That's how I was living. So anyway, if we did it,
We can
We
do
can do
you
it.
can do it, and you don't have to go to the office except once a month or something. Now it's good to get out into the office. Why? I think you work more in the office. I don't know if you can work hard at home, but some of you, that's the only way you can do it because you're not close to the office. So if you're close to the office, I think that would be an advantage to go in an office where other people are working and have people, you know what I'm saying? But do you have to?
Henry
No,
said,
but it's good to
No,
do so.
Henry said you can
no,
do
you
it.
can
Henry said you can
because
do it
we
on
have
Zoom.
Zoom, right? So you got the best of both worlds. Be smart.
Right.
Don't do what's convenient or easy. Do what's best.
Absolutely.
All right. Any thoughts? Any questions? Let's wrap it up. Sorry to go long, but I got started late because of we had a great weekend, and I
Pure
wanted
gold,
everybody to have a
Cap.
chance to
Pure
get that
gold.
out.
I just wanted to share with you. I didn't get to tell you on Saturday, but I know we spoke for a few minutes, and I'm continuing to pray for Roxanne. And when you were talking about leadership, that's one thing that I'm always paying attention to Ace and Anita and yourself, because Saturday you didn't have to open up your house to us, Cap. You didn't. And I didn't really come to realization with what you were dealing with, everything that you were going through. And instead of flying out to the event and leaving after the event, you went back to the house and you prepared the house for us and our team so we could come over and spend quality time with you. And I know that I was just thinking like I don't know, like if Dominique was in that situation, you know, like I had to think about that for a second. And I appreciate you. And that shows servant leadership, man. And I'm thankful for that. You didn't like you should have flown out with your wife, but you spent that time with us and connected with the team. So I'm truly grateful for that, Kat.
Yeah, thank
That's
you.
real.
Thank you for that. Yeah, my Roxanne on Monday, we got back from Mexico on Friday, and on Sunday night, she took an Ambien from Mexico, 10 milligrams, and we by on noon on Monday, she couldn't talk, couldn't get up.
That's crazy.
I called 911, took her to the emergency room, and they did CAT scan, chest X-ray, full blood workout, toxicology, and all that. And they said she was fine, but she still was slurring her speech, and she would just sleep. And if
How is she
anybody
right
knows
now?
Roxanne, she can talk.
How is she right now?
She was still sleeping till Wednesday.
How is she right now?
Better. Well, she
Good.
did the video Friday.
Mm-hmm.
It took her all day to get ready, and she wrote out what she was going to say
And that
for
was
that video.
gold.
But
That was gold.
that took a lot out of her to do that video.
So was the
she's
Ambien like
better,
tainted?
getting better. The next thing we're doing MRI. We're trying to get that as soon as possible. We're on a waiting list. But
What was the Ambien laced or something?
Well, but they think she might have had some kind of like maybe a mini stroke.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
That's what
You
it sounded like.
So I had and then our best friend who we took to Mexico, their 32-year-old, my daughter's best friend dies Wednesday. She's in the hospital Monday. I'm at Memorial Sloan Kettering on Thursday for my first CAT scan and blood results from my liver surgery and the whole illness thing. So
And then you're
my
sitting
blood
front
pressure
row
was
on Friday. On Friday, you're front row asking questions to Henry Pimentel.
from New York City, right?
Wow.
And then I was like stressed, man. I'm
Wow.
not even preparing. I'm not putting in for the school or getting who's got my usually Roxanne's putting the house together to have people over to the winners dinner Friday night and then one more Saturdays. So I was like, I had some stuff but it's like, yeah, and we got a big event. We got people coming. We're gonna have a great event anyway.
Wow. That's thinking.
You figure out how to do multiple things when you're a business owner.
Right. Right. Exactly.
That's one thing you got to be very cognizant of. Business owners, entrepreneurs do multiple things at the same time. Employees don't have to. Business owners have to learn how to juggle multiple things at the same time and just do them to the best of their ability.
Yeah, I call
Right.
that
That's why it says you
pivoting
don't
very
teach
well.
these type of things. We are watching you, Christian, what you are doing for us.
Without no test, Christian,
That's
there's no
respect.
testimony. Without no test, there's no testimony.
Yeah,
When you got your testimony, there you go.
that's right. And the greater the problem, the greater the miracle.
That's what I'm
Mhm.
talking
Right.
about. Yeah.
So
Yeah, that's a good
you know,
saying. Test equals testimony. That's awesome.
and that event for me was like the most
Yes,
mind-boggling
no
event of
test, no
all events, and then
testimony.
all that stuff leading up to it. That's why all of those things compounding, and then Glenn and Ace, what you did to set that up, and what Jasmine did to set that up, and all make the video, and then Glenn showing up. All of it was like, man, this is just too much. My
Emotions
heart,
overflowing with blessings. My God.
yes, it's like mind-boggling. Roxanne's getting better. Right.
Wow.
The emergency part is over. Now it's just, if she had one, it's good to know. The doctor, they want to know if she did or rule it out completely. Maybe it was just something, maybe it was a overdose, because she doesn't take Ambien. And that's the highest dose. So you go from not taking any to the highest dose. And there's something about respiratory and oxygen to the brain and Ambien. There's something that, and she took an antibiotic in Mexico, a Z-Pack. So the combination of Ambien and Z-Pack could create anyway.
Yeah.
But even through all those trials, something magical happened in my heart this weekend. Right?
Yeah.
It was an awesome event for Christian David. Awesome for Roxanne. Awesome for our kids.
Your kids were listening on the Zoom call.
Right. You're right. That it was powerful for them. This your buddy Jordan with the video and the camp pictures and what he's going to create as far as advertisement or social media, thing to promote our events. A lot of good came out of the weekend, and I just never been one to make excuses. I want to make it happen. I don't want to make excuses. Overcome. Now, if it's life or death, of course. But Roxanne was making improvements, and the doctor said the bad trope. You're right. So, and I had to get to New York to get my. You know what I'm saying? Need to get that. Done. Okay. Anyway, I appreciate you. Love you. Proud to be in business with you.
Definitely.
Let's
And thank you for allowing me to meet you, because you came. You had every reason. I said thank you for allowing me to meet you, because you had every reason we just heard not to come, but you came.
Yeah.
Wow.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Erica, I don't know. Step number 1 is show up.
Fact.
If I can show up, if I'm going to be running in, walking in, crawling in, I'm going to do the best I can to show up, right?
Absolutely.
All right, let's go make it a great day.
Yes, sir.
Thanks, Christian.
Awesome. Thank you, Christian.
You're welcome.
Really appreciate you.
Thank you, Christian.
Appreciate you.
Love you, Kat.
Yes, sir. Love you.
Thanks, Christian.
Love
Appreciate
you,
you, man.
Thank
Take
you.
care, guys. Let's go.
See y'all.
Come on, let's finish January strong. Let's